Right, hello everyone, and welcome to Ero Pc F3, where today we are going to be racing in Britain. So, sorry about the quick screen swapping, I have to make sure everything's correct. So, I'm doing this on a last basis as, well, I don't think there's going to be too much commentary from on my part, as I'm not at full health, so I'm trying my best out here to at least bring a stream, so you can watch these guys race today. So yeah. So we've got full wet conditions here in Britain, which well, that's going to be interesting as well. Britain is quite difficult, I'd say, in the wet, or can be quite difficult, especially with the high-speed corners like Cops and Maggots and Beckets. So I will be interested to see how the drivers can tackle those corners as well. Yeah, I don't think it'll be too easy for them in the full wet conditions here. So our lead car on track is Mitchell Snape in the AlphaTauri, so we'll stay on board with him and give you a rundown of the track on his first flying lap here. When he gets to the line, and then after that we'll get to normal qualifying. So this is my second time commentating PCF3, and from what I know it seems like we have quite a lot of people who can challenge near the front. I know at the moment the main title fights between Mishler, Hill and Kent, so we'll be interested to see how the standings look after this race on that. So anyway, I'm going to start finish straight for Mitch to start his lap here into turn 1. Want to use as much of the curb as you can there, try cut it as much as you can without getting invalidation. Then up towards turn 4, then into Aintree here before the Wellington Straight, where there is one of the 2 DRS zones on this track. As you come up towards Brooklands, and then into, I believe it is Village, then Woodcut here. As you come up towards Cops, one of the most known corners on the calendar after well, last year. You want to use the apex on the inside as much as you can. Well, in the dry you do, but it can be a bit different in the wet, so you come into Maggots and Beckets here. And Mitch takes this quite nicely, just getting a good banker lap in here, and then out onto the Hanger Straight, the run up to Stowe, as drops it down to 5th here in the wet, and uses the curve on the exit, gets a decent run through there into the final few corners here, and then out the final corner, back onto the start finish straight, and that is a lap at Britain. It's going to be a 140.6. So if you excuse me a moment, I need to quickly do something.
Good evening.
Good evening, hello. I will invite you to the lobby so you can join as well. I think I can do that anyway, so there you go.
Thanks.
So we have a few guys setting their laps here now, as Turek's gone quickest with a 140.3 at the moment, which beats Mitchell's time of a 140.6. Next across the line is Karalak, who goes up to second with a 140.4. And then it'll be the Alfa Romeo of Hill, but he's invalidated. have the Haas driver of Sen here, who runs a bit wide at the final few corners, but that loses a little bit of time and he crosses the line with a 1:43.6 as Bakalik goes on to provisional pole with a 1:40 flat there. Right, next across the line anyway, sorry about that, I had to do something real quick. He's one of the Ferraris, but I think that was Keelar who had invalidated as he didn't improve on his previous lap. Same with, I'm going to struggle pronouncing that name, Kopidelovsky, I think I'm just going to go with that as a pronunciation for now. Then Sancho does a 2:01.7, so probably a mistake there from him as Smith does a 1:41.1 in the Red Bull, which puts him up to 6th.
Luke disconnected. I have to go further with the commentating. Next to cross the line is the I don't have the surnames of the people on my screen, so I have to call them by their nickname. I'm sorry for that. Next to cross the line was Williams of Inator, but he crossed the line. The McLaren of Left Montiac just crossed the line, and also the Aston Martin of Hardario just crossed the line. I don't know their timings. Next to cross the line is the Alfa Romeo of Twinsicle, who is in P1 at the moment. No, he goes into the pit lane. He's on the top of the table with a 1:39.3. Very nice time for PC3. Next to cross the line is nobody, because they're all going into the pit lane. I'm not sure if it will, as the caps lock goes in the pits as well, if it will be a dry race or also a wet race. And maybe intermediates for the quali session. Next to cross the line is the Alpine of Mesh R10. As the Ferrari behind him goes into the pit lane, and some Ferrari already crashed the Neobium Void, as the Alpine does not he does improve. No, he does improve. He does improve to 14, and this doesn't look that fast. It may is.
Alright, sorry, I just had to get my voice back a bit, but I am here as well now. So we have one of the Aston Martins coming around to the line, but he has invalidated his lap. As I take a look at the tyres here, a few of the drivers are thinking about going to Inters. So The crossover point is coming at the moment, as we see more and more drivers coming to the pit lane to put on intermediates at the moment. So if I look further up, we have Tua Vila here. He's currently in third, going up to the line. As he has a bit of a moment there, that's going to lose him potentially a bit of time there, as he was improving quite well on that lap. That's going to keep him at a 1:39.8, which keeps him third at the moment, but I think the times are going to come down quite a bit here, as well, it's a crossover point to intermediates, so it's interesting to see how some of these guys on wet tyres are actually struggling at the moment. Sancho runs wide there in the Williams and invalidates his lap, so he won't be improving, as he was about just under a second up on his time at the split for the second sector, but he's not going to be improving as Bakalik's coming around to along, but he was 4 seconds down. As we have one of the Red Bulls here, I believe of Rasmus Rasmussen, who is in the final sector now, not invalidated his lap, as this could be his first of the session, as he's lost it there at the final corner. As Misha's actually started another lap on wet, so that's interesting to see. As I'm interested to see what time Mitch did in the first sector, as he invalidated already on his inters, so we can't exactly get a good look on how they are compared to the wets. But anyways, Kent here, also on the inters, so we'll see how much he can improve in the first sector alone to give us an idea if the inters are a lot quicker or not, but I don't think they'll make too much of a difference, as Kent hasn't even set a lap, I've just realised, so that's not going to work. But Churek has, so we will have a look to see if Churek can get a decent time in the first sector compared to his previous, and he's already 3.5 tenths up, so that shows that the Inter's definitely quicker here. Definitely the tyre that people want to be on, as I can't see how long left in the session we have, as it's currently blocked. So, just over 4 minutes left, so a lot of the guys here on wets might want to get into the pits quickly and put the Inters on us. They're definitely the quicker tyre at the moment. So, as Churek comes down the Hanger straight, he's 8 tenths up as Kent on his first lap on Inters, well, first actual valid lap he's set, goes top with a 38.5 here. As Churek just round in the final corners now, and up to the line, he's going to do a 1:37.9, which is very quick here. Puts him 6 tenths ahead of Kent already. So next to the line is the AlphaTauri of Ibai Fernandez, I believe, as he does a 38.5, which puts him 4th at the moment. as a few guys have improved since the last time I looked, such as Snape and Smith, who are now second and third. As Hill is going to be next in line in the Alfa Romeo. And at the final corner now, it's going to be a 1:36.9, which is a whole second quicker than Churek. And that puts him on pole by quite a significant margin here. So I think he's going to be happy with that, as Churek does set another lap and goes 1/10 off him there. So very close between the two of them so far.
The pizza man crosses the line to go P3 in his half time.
Seems as if with the track constantly improving at the moment, everyone seems to be able to just consistently improve their times each lap, so this could come down pretty much to the last lap, or whether or not for who's going to get the quickest lap, as the other AlphaTauri improves to third.
Not everyone is on Inters, or are they?
Yeah, I've seen.
Oh, everyone is on Inters.
One of the
only
Mercedes.
the Mercedes captain. Yeah, he isn't.
Interesting choice, but I don't think it's gonna really help out too much as well. People are going a lot quicker on Inters here, so I think the track is definitely intermediate conditions, as I've seen. At the moment, Snape in the AlphaTauri is improving by 3/10. So if he can not invalidate, which he nearly did, and he goes second, barely behind Hill there. As that is the end.
Semi next. Oh, a Red Bull spun. Semi spun.
That is one of the Red Bulls, yeah. Has back there. Goes straight to the top from out of nowhere. And takes professional pole with a good time there, yeah.
But the number 2, Alfa Romeo, is going 3/10 up on this time. Let's see if he can do a valid lap. That's pretty good S section. He goes 5/10 quicker in the second sector, purple second sector as well. Now he heads into Stowe, and let's see what he can do in there. Missed a bit of the apex, but still good corner. Then we go into the last corner. Second last actually. And he goes to cross the line and ends in a 1:36.280 and takes provisional pole by 5/10.
Having a look to see if anyone else is improving behind, and Churek is. He was 4/10 up, which might not be enough, but across the line it's not enough. Still very close with a 36.4 there, and that is going to get him second place, as both the AlphaTauris have backed off their laps.
Oh, there's Aston Martin in the wall in P5, just after the finish line. I wonder, he just probably had this little slip in there.
Yeah. So I think that's going to be our grid then, as we're just waiting for one of the AlphaTauris to get back to the pits, and then we will get into the race here, which I'm interested to see whether there's going to be rain or not, as well, we've had a wet qualifying here, so it could happen for the race as well. But we will just have to wait and see.
Mercedes second in the constructors. and there are in 16 and 17. That's very interesting, as Caps Lock did his fastest lap on wets,
Yeah.
same as Michael Sim Racing.
Out of the 3 people currently fighting for the title, we have Hill, who's on pole, then his teammate then in 12th, and then, yeah, like you said with the Mercedes, well, Michael's staying in 17th, so they're going to have a big fight back in the race as well. It's not how they would have wanted qualifying to go.
No, the gap between Tactical and his teammate are only 8 points. So if his teammate won't get into the points and Michael won't as well, then he just creates a gap of 25 points. That
Would
or
be
am I looking to the wrong one? No,
that would
I'm
be good
looking
for
right.
him.
Yes, will be good for him and making a very interesting championship battle, as it's only 8 points between number 1 and 3, and Michael is only 1 point behind the leader. So this is very interesting. With some races to go, 10 races.
So we are about
8
to
races.
see in the race what the weather's going to be like, and well, everyone's going to have a free choice of tyre.
If it's dry. Oh,
Yeah.
only if it's wet as well.
Yeah, it'll be a free
Yeah,
choice
if
of
it's wet
tyre,
as well. Yes.
but if it's dry,
I hope it's dry.
yeah, we hope it's dry for the drivers here, but we'll
Yeah,
see.
but for the most spec, just to get the best race, wet conditions would be very interesting for a very nice race with some battles and some crashes
Right,
and
so
some start chaos. It's possible, I think.
could you invite me back?
Yes, give me a second.
Yeah, I was wondering if my game was. It's just stuck on a black screen, so.
Yeah, it was mine as well, so probably not your fault.
It's like a new thing that I had with this game. I had it one of the other times, I think last week, when I was commentating, I got stuck at, I think we were at, was it, I don't think it was Baku last week. What track was last week?
Not Baku. I crashed lap 1. Japan. Suzuka
Yeah.
was on the issue.
I was going to say on Japan PC it happened as well when I was streaming it. So, yeah, I heard you say that it's Inters here for the race, so, well, this could get interesting there, as well. That's pretty much.
I'm not sure. Will it be dry? I will just have a look at the PC3 chat. Maybe just watching what they say.
Yeah, let's see if I've mentioned anything about
First
the
league
weather.
race in wet. Philip says first league race in red, so I think it will be full wet.
Yeah.
Oh, wet and dry. It's going to start wet, and then it's Daniel says confirms it wet and then dry.
So I guess that'll be interesting to see later on as well. Well, I've run in all conditions, so I have a feeling at the start here, the pace is going to be quite similar to qualifying as well. They obviously did qualifying on Inters, so it should be quite similar here. So
let's take a look at the starting sequence, as Jeff always says. Watching at Twinsicle.
So as we just wait for everyone to load in, and
yeah,
the lights
and there we go.
there. So there's 5 lights, and lights out here in Britain as Hill's got a good start, but the Williams and the McLaren behind have got a better start than him and are going to challenge him into turn 1 as they're going to go 3 wide there as the McLaren had to just run off track to avoid that contact. As one of the AlphaTauris is making up
Alpine
places.
spannen. Aan de Alpine of Copy spannen.
As Hill has kept his lead with Turek still behind. Still going side by side here as Hill just comes in front. So Turek's just going to have to follow in here as they come up towards Brooklands. And Hill's going to just keep in front of him here as Turek not wanting to challenge too much early on here. As behind the AlphaTauri of Snape having a look at Bakalik there, but the move wasn't on as I believe there's a Haas reined at the back. As they make their way through Cops there.
Did all of them make it? And I thought I saw AlphaTauri had a cheeky moment as the Ferrari F of Niobium Void already won 7 places. He not even completed first lap, but it does seem he has some issues. He's going wide at the last corner of the S's. And also Michael in the Mercedes won 6 places. Last is a Haas with he dropped 11 places. So very interesting start. As the Ferrari of Niobium Void already has 3 seconds down.
We have a fight here between Tuivila and Snipers. Tuivila managed to get the move into Stowe, but he just got cut back on by the AlphaTauri, who managed to keep the position for now, but the Aston Martin's looking very quick here off the start and looking to make a move early on. As onto the Wellington straight, he's about 2 tenths behind, so I don't think he's quite close enough to make a move here, as we have an Alpine in the pits.
He got also a 5 seconds time penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Well, he's going to have to serve that at some point, so it's probably just the wet conditions here catching drivers out as they probably don't practice the pit lane too much as...
Yeah, I wouldn't do as well though in the rain, pit lane practice.
Well, Mitch here has dropped quite a big gap to Bakalik in front in the McLaren as one of the Hasses at the back has spun again. As there's a 1.3 second gap between the McLaren and the AlphaTauri. As Tuivila's going to
Aston Martin
again. He's going to try around the outside at Stowe. And the AlphaTauri is just going to fight him back on the inside, but he's managed to get the move this time.
Ooh, close.
Snake there had a little bit of a look, but wasn't quite close enough to make a move. As at the front, we have a 3-way battle, it seems, between Hill, Turek and Bakalik. As the fastest lap actually goes to Caps Lock in the Mercedes. I don't have his Steam, so I'm not sure of his actual name. As the Williams here, looking for a potential move on the Alfa Romeo. As he's quite close behind, but I don't think
Michael went wide with the AlphaTauri in P10.
The AlphaTauri almost looks like he's let him through there.
Yeah, maybe he just moved him wide, missed his braking zone or something like that. Be the most the most thinkable. But there goes the AlphaTauri again, going 2 cops. But he backed off and the gap is 2 tenths again.
That's probably the best thing to do there as well. Cops is, especially with Inters, definitely not the place you want to be trying to overtake.
You could try, as Lewis Hamilton did, but I don't recommend it.
Yeah. Well, we'll be interested to see later on in the race if anyone's going to try when he does swap to droids. As further up we have Keelar, who's been spun there nearly by Karalak, and that's a really good save
he saved
by Ferrari.
Very nice save, indeed.
I don't think he's going to be too happy about contact there with the McLaren, who...
Oh, Michael going for a move. No, he
and
didn't make it.
also a fight behind. Sancho looked for a move on the AlphaTauri, but had to back out as... Going into the final corner, there wasn't enough space for the two of them, as Michael here is looking very quick in the Mercedes and really wants to get past the Red Bull here of Smith. As the Red Bull runs
He finds
slightly
the gap.
wide, but he does get a better
On the
exit.
first gear. Not the best thing you could do, first gear in the wet.
Yeah.
Maybe with some traction control on, but
As
not the
Michael's
best thing you
looking
could do.
for a move.
Now they are going to head to Cops. Would they be side by side? Now it's the Red Bull and the Mercedes in the other direction, but now the Red Bull is ahead.
That's Michael there, just
Yeah.
being a bit patient and not trying to force a move into
Oh,
Cops.
there he
He's
goes.
going to try into Maggots and Beckett's, but backs it
He
again.
backs off.
So Michael's being clever
Some
here.
interesting fighting.
As
Some
further up,
interesting
we've
fighting
got
already.
almost 3 wide between the Alfa Romeo, McLaren and Ferrari. As the Ferrari's got a good run here, and he's going to try make a move on the McLaren and get some move done. That's going to be Keelar up into 7th as Karolak's going to look for a move back down the inside, but just has to remain behind for now. As it seems like the AlphaTauri of Snape here seems to be struggling, as there's a 4-second gap between him and the front 4 currently.
Four battle for the first place.
Michael's trying
As,
to overtake again, but
Yeah, I think he's a bit how do I say? He's a bit frustrated. He can't get past Sammy, and he may does a very unthinkable move as he goes into second gear around here. Very interesting. He may go into Cops. Now we have the Lewis Hamilton Verstappen situation with the Mercedes.
he's going to try a move here
at the
into
left,
Cops.
and
He's
then
going to go inside.
Oh, they hit.
A bit of contact, but
They collided.
luckily
But
no Red Bull going flying round there. As behind me also have a move with the Williams of Sancho, as is yellow flags, and that's a AlphaTauri out of the
Pizzaman is
race.
out. The pizza man, he just he bottled it. Let's say it. As the Ferrari of Nobium Void goes wide again, and the
As there's been contact coming into Stowe between a Williams and Red Bull there, and luckily they've both managed to
Also
keep
in
it,
Stowe.
as the Red Bulls just completely brake tested everyone in a straight, and hopefully that hasn't given anyone damage. As
ooh, Nobium Void goes a bit on the grass, cuts the corner a bit. I think he does not like these conditions, and I think he would like it to be dry conditions as fast as possible, as he is struggling. He made up 5 places already, but he's struggling.
you have an AlphaTauri here trying to make a move on the Red Bull, and does get the move, and I hope there's a chance for the Mercedes, but the Mercedes has a bit of a moment there as the AlphaTauri's completely slowed down, and Smith's running straight into the back of him there. As the Mercedes of Caps Lock, he's just going to get past Smith, as Smith's got damage, but yeah, some questionable driving there. As I think the AlphaTauri almost scared by the Ferrari who spun, I believe, and just slammed the brakes, and Smith just drove straight into the back of him there. Whereas he's going to have to come into the pits to get a new front wing, but if the safety cars in this race, I wouldn't paint a bit, as Keelar here seems to be struggling in the Ferrari, as he's had multiple spins, and that's dropped him far down, as Stewart's also gone in the Ferrari as well. As we have a battle between a Mercedes and AlphaTauri, but Mercedes has managed to keep his place there. And that's going to keep him in 9th at the moment, but I'm sure that won't be the end of that battle, as DRS has been enabled here. So, with Smith coming to the pits, I'm interested to see if he's going to put some soft tyres on. No, he's gone Inters.
Perfect timing for Smith though. But wrong set of tires.
Yeah.
As there also a Ferrari coming in, it's Philip Keeler. He has some... he has damage. I can't see it now, but I think he has damage. Or... No, he's going to mediums. First driver on the dry, on a dry set of tires.
I think we'll see pretty much everyone go for mediums as well. They can make it to the end from here. The tyre wear is quite low here, so it will be interesting to see if anyone actually goes other than the mediums. There's some battling going on for second. There's two Avila here looking to make a move, but doesn't, as Turek pits, and he's the only one out the top 4 to actually go in this lap.
I think it's a bit too early. I see Philip already struggling, and the track seems a bit wet though. It may be different in a lap or two, I'm not sure. He seems a bit struggling, although, yeah. I'll just I'll just check the gaps and then see if he did the right choice or not.
Yeah. I'm interested to see, as Turek's actually gone softs here, and same with Karalak. I'm not sure, are they going for a 2 stops in, I'd assume? Because
Maybe better though.
it could
I
be.
assume the soft has more grip in you and on the
True,
still
softs,
a bit
yeah,
wet track.
softs does have good grip, but
So soft may be the best. We'll see.
especially if
As
I was gonna say-
Philip does close in to the Alpine.
yeah, he's actually caught up by about 8/10 here, so I think this definitely could be the crossover point. So I'm interested to see if Turek may take the lead of this race with a bit of an undercut on the leaders here. By going softs a lap earlier here, he could actually benefit and take the lead of the race. But he's going to need to get a move on, as Avila having a look at Hill here. So almost racing into the pit lane. So as Hill and Avila both speed into the pits.
Alpine spun at the back.
So everyone at the front is a pit in. I'm not surprised, as Caps Lock has to stay as Michelin pitted, so maybe he thinks he's not going to lose too much time this lap. But anyway,
It seems so much drier at the moment than a lap before. I'm looking at Philip, but yeah, the track does look very much drier than the previous lap.
I'm looking at Turek here, who at the moment has undercut everyone and takes the lead of the race here. So he managed to save about a second on that lap, and that has promoted him to the lead of the race here. And he has soft tyres, so if he can break away, he could be in a very good spot here, as those guys struggling on the mediums a little bit. So interested to see, as he's already got a 1.6 second gap, so I think he'll be happy with that. That's already up to 2 seconds, as the Alfa Romeo of Hill seems to be really struggling here on these mediums. So maybe he put a bit more of a setup focus towards the wet conditions, as yeah, he's just losing time at every corner at the moment.
yeah, he made the wrong decision. If he even had an option to choose, yeah, it may be there. He was forced to pit a lap later than his teammate. That could be the problem. But if it was his own choice, he made not a good decision.
His Bakalik has gone past him there and takes third place here. He's already made up 2 places since it's gone to dry. So the McLaren's looking very quick, which is interesting to see as there's yellow flags for the Alpine, who's actually in the pit lane, so that doesn't make sense. As the last few drivers have pitted, and 2 wheelers have pitted again here already, so interesting to see. He's picked up front wing damage somewhere on his out lap, so I'm not sure how he managed to do that, but Churek here in the lead of this race is already coming to lap 2 cars at the back, so
Mercedes spun. Michael spun in the back.
and with his 2 championship rivals currently in 3rd and 4th, that's not going to help him out at this point of the race as well. He was sitting about 7th in this race, I believe he was, or 6th. And
Yeah, it was in 7th.
yeah, that's not going to help
Before he
him.
spun, it was.
Well, he needs to stop the Alfa Romeos from getting as many points as possible here, as otherwise they could just build a gap from him and pretty much just take this away. As there's a Ferrari in the wall there.
There's no damage.
No damage to his car, luckily, as
Oh, he spun. Oh, what's he doing? Oh, it seems a
he
bit weird.
kept
He's
it,
just
on track
very
there,
hot
so
tires.
almost
Very
rejoined
unsafe
straight to an
rejoin.
Alpine and has gone completely off the track there at Cops.
Oh, and there he goes. Yeah, ooh, he spins again. And then he goes into the wall with his rear wing. Nothing.
If I was
Oh,
him,
and there he goes again. He's doing some, he's just, and then, yeah, now he's out. He's just doing some wheel spin for the crowd in here.
and that's a virtual
And
safety car as
triple safety.
Sancho spun under VSC there. As he's just gone almost flat out through turn 1. Well, it's still not, and didn't really take the dry line there, so just had poor traction and lost it. So VSC here, but I don't think that's particularly gonna change too much here as well. I don't think anyone's planning to pit at the moment.
Won't be a full safety car, I think. Would be very weird if it's going to be a full safety car, though.
Yeah, I don't think it is, as I think it would have changed by now, but a lot of the guys at the back have penalties, to be fair, I've just noticed at the moment. As we have some racing under safety car here, as one of the Williams tried overtaking an AlphaTauri there. Which I am confused about, as...
And there we go.
As they're ended.
Oh, now Williams can attack now.
Yeah, and he's got the DRS as well, as Michael picks up a 3-second time penalty and is into the wall through Maggots and Beckett's there.
The Williams had a little drift in the last corner.
Sancho still looking to fight this one, but...
Oh, there's a battle in the front for Q1.
Is there as well?
Yeah, the Williams and the McLaren are fighting now, and the McLaren has DRS now. So he would try and make a move, as he has 100% ERS. Does not deploy it, so he won't go... He won't make a move in the air as the... Oh, he makes a mistake. He makes a little mistake, but he saves it on track.
He's probably going to need to use a bit of battery, potentially, which he is, to get back in the DRS here. So as long as he can keep it through the next few corners, then he'll be fine, as he seems to be going a lot quicker here through Cops, where...
yeah, he made a little slide again, and there's an Aston Martin. Aston Martin there was an Alpine in the grind, in the gravel there, and now there's an Aston Martin as
Yeah,
the McLaren now
the Aston Martin who
doesn't
just
go. He will go now. No, too far away. It's a pretty tight battle for P1 now.
Yeah, I think the McLaren's probably knows he's in a good spot here. He's got the medium tyres, which will make it a lot further in this race. He also has the battery advantage, as he can sort of almost force Turek into using a lot of his battery to defend. Then, as soon as he gets down to a lower amount of battery, he can fight this one.
Made a little look. He'll try and go in here. As Caps Locks get the fastest lap.
I don't think he's quite
the McLaren uses
here,
ERS.
He's tried to use his battery to pull himself closer, but it's not going to be
Williams
close
also
enough.
using ERS. As an AlphaTauri spun again. Oh, that's using the gravel. It's even F and Z.
I think a lot of the drivers here seem to be struggling at turn 1. There's just quite a few
I understand
there.
though.
The last lappers, the McLaren here very close to Turek. As he runs a bit wide through Maggots and Beckett.
Oh, there's a DNF.
Williams is out of the race, and that's a safety car. So if we look what's happened, he's in the middle of the track. How has he managed that? There.
Pretty good job.
I assume
you may
the
get an
probably
extra
reset
point
him.
for that. It did. Could be possible though. I don't think so.
It looks like he's gone flying off into the barriers. And
Oh,
bounced
Williams in the
back
pit lane. There's a Williams in the pit lane.
as Turek pits, so I think he'll take this advantage to swap over to mediums later to the end of the race as well. He went for the softs originally, so could be a smart strategy. He's actually going another set of softs here, so actually has so he's. I assume he's going to try to go to the end on those.
He won't make them, or will he? I'm not sure. I don't know the
think he'll
timer.
just about make it.
It will be close. He's coming out in. He will come out in 4th, just behind Caps Lock. Caps Lock on some. Well, Caps Lock just made a great comeback. He pitted lap too late on the dry set of tires, and he's already in P3. So he's made a pretty big comeback. As Philip gets a 5-second stamp in.
Another driver staying out is Michael here. So he's going to get the track position over one of the Alfa Romeos of Hill. As he's probably doing this tactically, as he probably is quite confident in his pace to be able to fight with guys on the older mediums and also on the fresher softs, but he could also be risking the fact that they're not going to be able to make it to the end, which the tyre wear's not that bad, but it's still going to be a struggle, especially with having to do, well, when the safety car comes in just over 10 laps. As I've noticed there's 2 cars who were 16th and 17th who unfortunately just about missed out from being able to unlap themselves, so
Oh, that's sad.
they're going to have to pretty much just fight over 16th here as there's big contact between them, and they're actually going to get to go through here as Bakalik's gone to the pit lane. I think the safety car should let them through as they are lap cars.
No, they won't. They are racing though. They're racing for positions.
I know the safety car is letting the Red Bull through, and the Alpine's just going to have to sit at the back as he...
Oh, that's sad.
He's
The
just got
Alfa Romeo of
overtaken,
technical
yeah.
just.
As he's there, just
sad.
going to
Oh
try
no, he
and
goes.
overtake.
He just.
I
No,
don't
no,
think it's
he's
not
not
letting,
allowed.
as he's been given 5
Oh,
second
that's
penalty.
sad for him.
So yeah, I don't think he realised he could overtake, and well, now he's just gonna have to sit at the back, unfortunately, as The Red Bull
That's what
of
nearly ran into.
Rasmussen took advantage there, and well, he's going to be back on the lead lap, but that's going to keep the safety car out a bit longer here.
Yeah, I think end of lap 16, safety car will get out.
Yeah.
There's a little connection error sometimes. Some
Yeah.
small thing.
I think it's mostly occurs when people like pause, then come off of pause. It just sort of messes with their connection.
Yeah, I also have 30 FPS, so it will be. That's also my game is doing weird. I just closed every tab except Discord, which takes some CPU usage as I'm in like 80 servers. Yeah, that's sad. Time to get a new PC. Yes.
So, looking at the drivers who have gained and lost the most positions here, we have Kent, who started 12th and now leads this race. Caps Lock, who started 16th and is now up to 2nd. Michael, who started 17th and is up to 5th at the moment. And then Majdiar, who started 18th and is in the top 10 at the moment. So, then people who have lost the most is Tua Vila, who started 5th and has dropped to 14th after he was at the front for a lot of the race early on. Then Hill, who started on pole and is currently 6th. Bakalik, who went from 3rd to 7th. And then a few guys at the back who have also dropped 5 places.
Very interesting. The Red Bull of Tipsy Juice is going for the fastest lap. He's 2 seconds up on his personal best. He is 60% ARS. He is pushing for just to catch up, but maybe also set the fastest lap of the race as he goes to Maggots and Baggots and up to the DRS will now heading to Stowe. He's 1.4 up. Very interesting, as that would be very spectacular, as someone sets a fast lap in during safety car. Mazepin did it last year in the Belgium Grand Prix, but yeah, different than this. As he will go, he's doing some weird things. 8 tenths, 35.4. He is not the best driver to perform a fastest lap during a safety car, but he made a little bit of he made some mistakes at the lap.
Talking about the fastest lap, there is a few drivers who have got times in the 1 minute 32s. As the quickest lap is currently held by Caps Lock in the Mercedes. Then you have Michelin, Michael, in the Mercedes as well, his teammate, who was only slower by 10th on his quickest lap, so interesting to see that they are on similar pace here, especially considering they started near the back after quali. They've had a good race so far, the Mercedes have, but they just need to try and bring it home from here and get as many points as possible.
Safety car is in this lap as the Red Bull just catched up. And also interesting, the McLaren was 2nd just before the safety car and now is in 15th. He went wide at the in the beginning of sector 2 as he nearly runs into the Red Bull. It's very, very interesting stuff. I don't know how he lost so many places.
The Alpine's actually gone to the pits here. He was a lap
Yeah, he probably is going to retire.
Yeah. So, Kent's going to restart this race and gets a really good gap here already of maybe 5.5 tenths. So, he's not going to be under pressure from the Mercedes. Behind, one of the Alpines is losing places. And it's gone down to 11th as Michelin and Hill are fighting for 5th. As Michelin here looks like he's just about going to hold on to this place, as Hill's just going to have to wait patiently behind him here, as he has got the soft tyres which he hit it onto, so he's going to be a bit quicker, you'd think, but... So he might want to try and get past quickly here, but... We'll have to see.
I think Caps Lock can win this race from starting P16. Would be very, very, very good comeback though. As he's now going into his toe, it go Caps and he's going for a move around the outside. They're going to the S's, but he just lifts in there and coaxed and let it go. He's probably waiting for the DRS opportunity as the Alfa Romeo now makes a mistake. And Caps Lock now will make a move, but Alfa Romeo is using all of his ERS, now has 50% over, but very close racing in here.
As the Williams goes for a massive dive and actually gets that move.
Shot it.
So
very
that's a very
move,
good
but I missed it. And set the fast lap as well.
Hill takes that with a 30.7, so already a lot quicker off the restart these guys are, as Turek looking to make a move for the lead of the race. Goes for a bit of a switch back as there's a Haas round. I believe that is...
if he could make the move.
There is the Williams here, it's very close as... Not choosing to use the slipstream with the Alfa Romeo here, so...
I will just wait for DRS and then make the move. He's on sauce though, so he has to make the move quick as he has McLaren just behind him as he now goes, as they go toward Cops.
But there's a bit of a contact.
And he is...
As behind there is an overtake happening through the Cops as Hill's tried to go up the inside and is still side by side into Magnussen and gets that move done. So he's going to be in third place now in the Alfa Romeo, so the Alfa Romeos are doing very well here off this restart.
Ooh, the Williams only has 30% either rest left.
Yeah,
it's going to be close.
The Alfa Romeos have a bit
Alfa
of
Romeo
one of the
now goes for a move.
Has gone, and that's Michael's gone at the back, but
oh, that's not good for his championship battle, as his both championship rivals are now in 1 and 2, except the Alfa Romeo won't make the move.
As there's big
and they collided.
He's into the wall.
He's not out. Miracle, he's not out.
He's got to go get a knee front.
Nah, that's some good news for Michael, as Michael will now overtake Twinsicle down the inside of. Oh, and the McLaren nearly spins. Yeah, some things going on the restart of the race.
Yeah, I think the drivers are getting a bit aggressive going for moves here, as Aston Martin and Alpha Tauri fighting over 7th at the moment. As Tuavila does get the move done, and the McLaren's trying to follow him, but can't quite make it. As
the McLaren will try. No, he won't make a move. Will make a move. No. He's just looking into Cops on the AlphaTauri, the McLaren. Now he goes into Maggots, and now he has made the move stick. Ooh, close racing though.
Because he also gets a penalty through there as well. So unfortunate for him, as the front, the McLaren, he's going to look to make a move around the outside of the Alfa Romeo, but almost runs a bit wide, and that's going to leave him vulnerable to the Mercedes, who is looking for a move. I don't think he's quite going to get it, as there's a little bit of contact between them, but...
And also the Williams is just looking... He's so close behind him.
The Mercedes slows down massively there and almost gets completely collected by the McLarens. So the Williams is going to make a dive, and
Williams made a bold move in there.
It seems like the Caps Lock is slowing down quite a bit here, so...
Yeah, maybe he's on
soft, check if he's picked up damage anywhere, but it doesn't look like he has any damage that's visible, so... I'm not too sure,
but... Caps Lock is an older medium. Caps Lock is an older medium, so that will just... yeah, that would make sense, though, as the McLaren won't look into Cops, but will try and make a move at... I forgot, how was it? back straight called? As
The straights, the after
someone
Maggots and
spun.
Beckett is the hanger straight.
Yeah, where they're heading now. Yes,
Yeah.
I forgot that name. Hanger straight? No, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
As he will try and make a move now. Use some ERS. Won't go in the slipstream. As Michael gets 3 seconds again, and he is spun. He spun again.
As-
He's into the gravel again. And he has wing damage. Yeah, I think he just. This is not his track. I think he makes some big mistakes, what cost him some. Yeah, maybe some points for the.
Behind the Mercedes, had to defend from the Williams there. As well, the Williams had a look, but they couldn't quite get the movers. The McLaren here looking for a move around the outside. And is he going to take the lead in the race? I don't think so, but he does have DRS.
Yes,
here, and
DRS.
it's very
Yes,
close.
yes.
As the Alfa Romeo has a moment,
Oh!
it's gone completely off track, but luckily keeps it out of the wall there.
That game is just giving me the stupidest, most stupid camera angles they can give. Yeah. Right.
Yes. Michael has pit, which is going to bring him out, unfortunately, right near the back, as his teammate is close to Karalak now, who currently leads this race.
Is still. Tactical is still.
Yeah.
Tactical is on a virtual podium.
Yeah. Well, technically he's not going to win
He's
it on
on the
track, but yeah, on penalties at the moment.
He will win on penalties.
Yeah. So he just needs
As
to...
the McLaren in front of him also has 10 seconds time penalty. Makes a move, very bold move, and they collided. They make contact, but not crash. And Tactical has a big gap in front of him. Second. It would be on track. It's going to be the Mercedes and the McLaren for the lead.
As one of the Williams who was near the front here has pit. So maybe I saw him going a bit slower. I think he may have picked up damage, which is unfortunate for him. As these two at the front, I think with these two fighting, I think this the win will, with it coming near to the end here. It's looking likely that the Alfa Romeo of Kent will win, but it all depends how much of a gap these two can pull.
I think it's going to be on track. It's going to be the McLaren, and on penalties it will be caps lock, as the Tactical gets a second time penalty just added to the time. So I think caps lock will win this race.
So,
and they may collide. I do think I would see them collide. I won't think there may be a chance they collide, as the McLaren now goes
here and actually has a lot more battery than the Mercedes, so if he wants to use a bit of that and try and get a gap, he definitely could try.
Yeah, you should now. Just pull the gap, as Team Mercedes made a fault. With a bit of luck, he would get that 3 seconds gap he needs.
As well, he's gonna have to hope he can get that, otherwise I don't think he's going to be winning this race, as he's not managed to pull out a DRS before the first straight here, and still has 90% of his battery left. So I think at this point he just needs to start using the battery, as otherwise he's just wasting his chance of getting out of the DRS here. Have to see if he's going to try save it a bit, as he's using bits here and there, but not really using it fully. But he's started to use a bit there, but again, it seems like the Mercedes has a lower downforce setup, so it's a lot quicker in a straight. As the Alfa Romeo of Kent is round, and that means potentially none of our championship leaders might get points, as I don't know if Kent has damage or not, as he currently sits in 8th place, but he has damage, then he could definitely drop further down as the McLaren of Bakalik, who was 15th after the restart, has made his way all the way to 4th. So he's managed to get 11 places since the restart, which is a great drive from him to recover, as at the front, well, Cadillac can't build the gap to Caps Lock behind, so he's just going to have to keep trying, but the Mercedes seems to be able to stick with him quite comfortably here, as the Aston Martin behind of Tuavila has actually quietly been catching, but I think it might be too late for him to catch up, as there is going to only be 2 laps left the next time we cross the line. As the Williams has disconnected, but he retired from the race already, so
No problem then.
There's Caps Lock here, still managing to stay in the DRS, so
Yeah, I think he just has it in the pocket already. He won't go. How do I say it? He won't. He won't try and make a move, as it's too much risk.
yeah, I think he's happy.
If they both, if he crash out, then he just bottled P1. Yeah, he would just sit back and relax.
As he picks up another 3 seconds here, so now he's gonna.
Now he won't.
Have to
Now
try.
he won't. He will. Now we will see some interesting racing.
As he actually makes a mistake, but he still at least gets the DRS. As that gap quickly went over a second there. So at the moment, if Cadillac can keep him first here, then
Pink is also in 3 seconds. The gap between Pink and Caps Lock, the of Aston Martin, is only 3 seconds. Less than 3 seconds, 2.8, 2.9 actually, but it would be close though.
So he could potentially steal some more points than he's getting at the moment. As
Now it's 3.1 though.
he's going to have to try and close it a bit, and if these two at the front fight, then, well, that would help him. As he did
Just the McLaren in front is using. The McLaren in front is using all of his ERS, and the Mercedes as well had just at 0% ERS.
So I think
Would be close.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
Maybe
there.
a late move would be very good for the there as well as yes.
I think the McLaren's tyres are starting to drop off a bit here as well. He wasn't able to pull the gap on the last lap when he was using all the battery that he had to his advantage. And the Mercedes is getting closer here. I don't think he's close enough just yet, as the McLaren still has about 40% of his battery, but we'll have to see if that'll be enough by the time they get to the final DRS straight, as behind Bakalik has managed to make the move onto a Villa in the Aston Martin, and takes third, but he's I'm not sure how many penalties he has, as he may have to build a gap to get closer to the front two if he wants to make an impact on penalties. As coming through Maggots and Beckett's here, the Mercedes is going to need to close as much as he can, as he does actually get a good run and brings that gap down to 6/10, so it's all down to this straight here, whether or not he can get close enough, but he's just too far back, so I think this is
He will try.
Quite comfortable
He
for the
may
McLaren.
try.
He's too far back, and I don't think he's going to get the move, so Cadillac here, he's going to hold on to the win, as when the final corner he crosses the line and wins here in Britain, as Caps Lock gets second. Bakalik gets third on track, but Tuavila takes the podium on penalties. Then Hardario
More buckets.
finished fifth, but Kuchuk finishes fifth. Fernandez get 6th, Messenier in 7th, Kent, the only one of the
Oh,
drivers in the
top 3.
championship fight to score points.
4 points. He's in first. He is in first. Or is he? No, he is in third. Now he has 115 points. And now the gap is only 4 points between 1 to 3. Very interesting race results.
Yeah, it seems like well, the people fighting for the championship here, well, they've all had problems throughout the race, so they weren't able to pick up as many points as they would have liked here. So it's going to be quite close as the game gives driver of the day to Caps Lock, which I think I'll
Yeah,
agree
I
with.
think he deserved it.
Yeah.
I'll agree with it too.
As he started 16th and finishes 2nd at the end of the race there. As it's a great drive from the Mercedes, as I believe that is the first win for a McLaren this season. As they've been close, they've had a few podiums, but Bakalik has finally won one and brings them a win here. As after the race has ended, it's now raining again, so yeah, that's just how the game works.
The game is just weird. Stupid game. Yeah.
So I will quickly get the race director here.
Yeah, I also got it on the recording.
Yeah, I got it. So
A very long race director. It's like
yeah,
I think 30 seconds of scrolling down.
nearly
I
everyone
enjoyed
had
the race.
6 seconds there.
Yeah.
Literally everyone had a penalty.
Yeah, that's yeah, it's PC3 think. Only not that much though.
Yeah.
I've never watched PC3 before. I think it's very competitive racing, and some people are a bit faster than the other. But yeah, I like watching it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. It's interested to see. It's interesting to see the battle in between them, as well, having a set of different skills, and the fact that none of them really back out of a fight here. So yeah, very interesting today, as that is going to be, well, the end of this stream. So we would like to thank you for watching this round of Ero Pc F3. I don't know what the next track is after this. I think it's Bahrain now.
Yeah, Bahrain. It's Bahrain.
Yeah, we changed the calendar a few weeks back, and yeah.
I suck at that track.
I
don't like it either.
And
it's
the pre-season race at Bahrain, I didn't have a good time. That didn't end
yeah, I didn't. I wasn't able to drive that race as I was on holidays. But yeah,
so
I don't like, especially the second corner. Just if they could make it instead of a corner, just make it straight. Like you go into the first corner, then go right, and then go all the way to the now third corner. Then it would be like so much better than what it's now. But yeah, personal preferences.
yeah, so thank you all for watching, and we shall see you next week, where I think you'll have the normal commentators back, probably, as we just had to fill in for today as David and Ryan were missing.